I'm in my basement studio, as you can see, where I make a YouTube video or two every single week. And I'm gonna talk about a new channel that I started this year. And this YouTube setup is designed to be as simple as possible across the board. And it's optimized for 4K video, solid audio with as little steps as possible, and to make videos very quickly. I've done about 600,000 views on a brand new channel this year using just this strategy. It's a very simple setup and making one video every single week. And I'm going to show you what it is right now. Okay, so over here, just kind of other stuff. This is my MacBook Pro. It's an M1 Pro chip in there, 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte storage. This is from 2021. This is not part of the affordable setup, but I do use it to edit videos when I'm not at home. So a good laptop, anything M1 or later, can do this. So you can pick those up for a few $100s. I have one right here. Yeah, this is another MacBook Pro I have. I got this as like a burner. I made a different video about this on this channel if you want to check that out. But I picked that one up for about 300 bucks. So it just lives there unless I bring it to my girlfriend's or whatever. AirPods Max, some spare tripods and other camera gear, all my Switch stuff. So this is like where the magic happens. So starting off for lighting, I just used the lights from the ceiling. So if we check this out over here, crank these all the way up. So it's pretty bright and no flicker. So it creates a little bit of a shadow, but essentially how it works, this phone isn't even charged, it's just a prop phone. But I use the phone I'm filming on right now. It's the iPhone 17 Pro, but any iPhone after the iPhone 6S, which came out 10 years ago, can film in 4K. So normally I actually have this light in the back off, but this is the setup and it kind of just gives you a super clean shot, just like this. So if you're the viewer, this is what you see. And this is a Joby GorillaPod. This was like 30 something dollars. My girlfriend got it free for Christmas. I didn't even buy it, right? So the idea here is use the phone you already have. This is a $30 tripod to get the shot or any other shot you need. It's the GorillaPod so that I can wrap it around or attach to things if I need. And then it's charging a power bank right now, but I also have a USB-C charger right here. So if I need to plug in the phone to charge it while I'm shooting, I can do that as well. So once I film what I need for the YouTube videos, I instantly airdrop the footage to my Mac Mini, which is right here. So this Mac Mini was super cheap. I got the cheapest possible spec. So 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. And you're probably wondering, if you're editing 4K video, you're probably gonna fill that up super fast. So as you can kind of see in the background here, ignore the McDonald's Monopoly ticket back there, but it's kind of dusty. But over here, I have an external drive with a 4 terabyte SSD in there that I got for very cheap, just about 300 bucks. And then I got an enclosure for it that's very fast, a Thunderbolt 5 enclosure. And then that connects via Thunderbolt 5 in the back of this Mac Mini. Then I basically, this is a little bit more advanced part of the system, but I actually transferred my entire home folder on Mac OS to this external drive. So like my user profile and all of my apps and settings are on the external drive. They're not on the computer itself. So after about 45 videos, we've used about 1 terabyte of the storage. So videos are like 5 to 15 minutes, whatever works. So that's the external drive, and that's what we're using right now. So then once I airdrop the videos, I just load Final Cut Pro. So this is an entire Apple ecosystem to make these videos. Everything is made by Apple. So this is the last video I made. You can see my timelines here. They're not the craziest because I'm making like Nintendo videos, but this one started to chug the Mac Mini a little bit. You can see it's kind of slow to bring in the footage because I had like dual 4K footage. This is like lossless capture card 4K footage from Elgato. And then I have also 4K footage underneath from the iPhone 17 Pro. So, but in terms of like scrubbing around, it's like very responsive. So yeah, this is like a pretty intensive timeline. But that being said, the total cost of like this computer and the storage and the drive and the tripod is like about $1,000. And I'm making this video now because as of this week, I had to make 45 videos, but now the entire system has paid for itself. So if we pull up YouTube Studio and check out the analytics here and look at the past 365 days. There we go. That's 834. And then I'm not going to pull it up because of privacy issues, but I have Amazon affiliate as well, and that's made another 200. So it's put me over the 1,000 threshold. So that's how you make $1,000 on your YouTube channel using the entire Apple setup. Basically, I have a full-time job on the side, so making one YouTube video a week is very time consuming. So my whole setup is optimized to make it as easy as possible. I just plug in my phone if I need to, hit record, and I'm recording the video. The microphone, I use the microphone in the iPhone, right? Boom, I'm recording the video. I'm airdropping it to the Mac Mini. I'm chopping it up in Final Cut Pro. And these are like videos I'm making on my desk, so they're not very complex. So not a ton of editing. First pass is video. The second pass is audio. I might do music on some of them and whatnot. And then I'm exporting the video and uploading it to YouTube. And then for my thumbnails, I use Photoshop. Sometimes I use Canva. Sometimes I use other photo tools. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire thing. So I guess the only thing that's not really Apple in this process is the thumbnail creation in Photoshop. But you could use Affinity Photo or an Apple Photos equivalent version for that. But yeah, you could also use GIMP, which is completely free. Or if you're on Windows, you could use Paint.net. Or you could use photopea.com or .org, or Photopea is a free like Photoshop web alternative. I've used that before to make thumbnails when I'm on the road or my Photoshop isn't working properly. So yeah, that's kind of the entire setup. But let me guys know if you have any questions. This is like, I don't know, man. This is like worked really, really well for me. And I've spent very little money upgrading my YouTube setup. The next thing I'm probably going to upgrade is my audio quality. So I'm planning to get an audio interface and a microphone and then connect that directly to this phone right here, or the phone I'm holding, but whatever phone I'm filming with. And then that'll record from like a very nice microphone directly into the iPhone as I'm shooting. So I won't have to match up the photo or the video and the audio later, which really just saves time in editing. It's pretty easy to match them up, but I don't know. Sometimes it gets time consuming mixing it all up. So this is the way I'm doing it. And part of the reason this works so well is the iPhone video is really well optimized for Mac OS. It's also really well optimized for this Mac Mini to encode it. And it's also, of course, really well optimized for Final Cut Pro. So the whole setup is like very streamlined because a lot of these systems work well when you pair them together. So that's like part of the big success of it, I would say. And, you know, including videos I've made on the side, I've probably made maybe 60 videos this year, something like that. So I've made a lot of videos, and I guess for reference, if you're watching this in the future, it's November, and I started this challenge back in January 3rd, I believe. So that's where we're at so far. Yeah, I guess like my main takeaway here is I really don't see a lot of people on YouTube doing it the way I'm doing it, where they're trying not to spend money. I feel like people decide they want to start a YouTube channel and they go out and buy like $1,000 camera setup, record 2 things, and then never make another video. So I'm kind of like doing it upside down, where it's like I will pour more money into it as I make money. So now that I've officially broke even, which I do not think a lot of YouTube channels do, now I can use anything I make from this point onward to do things like upgrade my video or my audio setup and stuff like that. So in case you guys were wondering, that is this whole setup. Anybody could do this, and that's kind of why I'm making this video. If you believe you could produce a video and you have $1,000 to invest and you fully intend to get that money back, it is possible within a year through a lot of testing and learning. That's essentially what I've done. And I guess another thing I'll just mention is I'm kind of got like a dual PC setup. So I have my Windows gaming PC over here, and I actually have a capture card connected, and that's where I'm running this Mac Mini through. So this is my wireless keyboard and Magic Trackpad for the Mac Mini. But if I hit escape on this Windows keyboard, it will take me out of the view. So this is actually just a capture card window on my PC itself. So I can use both computers like at the same time, and it makes it like super convenient for me. So I don't have to like switch systems or switch the inputs on my monitor even. I can just open up a window and I'm within Mac OS. So highly recommend this computer. This computer is what makes it all possible. And also check out my video on this Mac folder. This is an SSD. Check out my video on this if you want to know more about it. I love this thing. So anyway, essentially, I guess this is just an ad for the Mac Mini, okay? Buy a Mac Mini and make YouTube videos on it. That's what I'm gonna do. And anytime they release a new base model Mac Mini, I'm just gonna get it and I'm gonna connect this drive to it. And that's what's gonna happen. Once this drive fills up, I'm gonna clone it to an 8 terabyte drive and just keep going. Eventually I'll start having to uploading stuff, but that is the plan. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm gonna try and revive this channel. So look forward to more Mac focused, Apple focused, iPhone focused videos going forward in 2026. Now that I've spun up my other Lugal channel, I'm planning to start optimizing and building multiple YouTube channels. So look forward to that happening in the near future on the channel you're watching this on right now, Louis Tech. And I'll see you guys soon. That's it for this one. Peace out.